The first question I'm going to ask you is, why does Jesus use exorcism language addressing the wind and the waves? It says he rose up and he rebuked the wind and the waves, saying, peace, saying, peace, be still. Now, let's get one thing clear here. Never in the history of ever was peace, be still a rebuke. Why is it now? Well, the words come straight out of Mark chapter 1. Be quiet. That's the be still part. Be quiet. The peace part is more like enough. Be quiet. That's exactly what Jesus is saying. The peace, be still. I mean, when Jesus says in John 14, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you, totally different word. When it's said in Philippians 4 that the peace of God that passes all understanding, totally different word. When it says in Galatians 5:22, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. Totally different word. This word, again, if I was interpreting it, I would have said enough. It's like, put a muzzle on it. That's it. You've said enough. Time to stop talking. That's what Jesus says. It is a stern rebuke. Now, the disciples in Mark chapter 4 are very rude in how they address Jesus. Teacher, do you not care that we're perishing? Like, seriously, not cool. And Jesus responds with, and hear these words, why are you being such cowards, you of little faith? It is a really harsh dialogue going on here. Jesus is no less loving. It's just that I was having a nice nap and now you wake me up for this? But he gets up and he rebukes the wind and the waves with be silent, enough. And guess what? It says that there was a great calm. And you know what the Greek word for great is? Mega. There was a mega calm. And then the disciples in Mark 4, anyway, it says that they were greatly afraid. They were mega afraid. And they ask themselves, who is this guy that even the wind and the waves obey him? The interesting thing is shortly thereafter, after they get to the other side and they're walking up through the tombs and they're confronted by this unclean spirit, it's the unclean spirit that gives them the answer to who Jesus is. What do you have to do with us, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? The first demon in Mark 1 outs Jesus by saying, in essence, what do you have to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth, Messiah? This one is saying the exact same thing.